friends, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to be reading romance for a week. So I figured it's February, it's the month of love and romance, so why not read some romance novels because I have no real romance in my actual life. Anyway, the first book in this video is Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. This is the second book in the Lakefront Billionaire series, and I am so into it so far. I am about 200 pages in, and I am really loving this book right now. Literally, since the first chapter, I was hooked. The banter between the two characters hits. It's so good. So pretty much this book follows Raphael and Ellie. Raphael is a single dad who is a workaholic and a billionaire, and he hires Ellie to be his son's music tutor, then ends up hiring her as his nanny. And so for the past 8 months he has avoided her. He has tried to keep her at a distance. He wants nothing to do with her really, besides just he only wants to hear about things that have to do with his son. He doesn't want anything to do with her. Whereas Ellie is a songwriter. She is a hopeless romantic. She is taking care of Nico and loves this kid like her own kid. Funny enough, she actually had a crush on Raphael when she was in high school. And so you start to see bits and pieces of that come up throughout the story, which is really funny. And I always love that kind of trope in a book. But the big plot line of the book is that they are now going to go on a 2-week-long vacation together with his son. And so these two are going to have to put their differences aside and their dislike for each other to the side and get along for 2 weeks. But I have a sneaky suspicion they are both starting to kind of admit attraction for each other, and so things are gonna get a little interesting on this trip, I can foresee. I'm having a really good time though. Their banter's so good. It's literally from the first chapter I was like, I think I like this. I'm gonna keep reading because I've been actually dying to read, but I wanted to start the video before I continued. So, I'll be back. No, because he's taking care of her so well. Oh my god, he's meeting all her needs, everything. I'm obsessed. Also, it's the banter between Ellie, Raphael, and Nico. Their collaborative banter is so good. The relationship that they all have with each other. The connection. I'm gonna freak out. I'm having such a good time with this book. I'm obsessed. Okay, this is gonna be my last update for tonight on Love Unwritten. Sorry, it's like really late. It's 12:03 and I'm tired. But I'm like 70% of the way through this book. And if you like a slow burn, this is definitely for you. I'm sitting here and I'm like, it's so close, but so far. And I'm like, ugh. I think at the point that I'm at right now, though, like, it's gonna start to pick up, like, the relationship. But right now I'm like, or for like the past 30%, I've just been like, so like, because the tension is so there. They're both so aware over what they do to each other and their attraction for each other. It's like, please just be together. Even the son is like, okay, Dad, I know you like Ellie. Like, live happily ever after. Please, I'm begging. But definitely a slow burn. He is falling so hard for her. It's kind of wild. I love when a man falls so hard. The broody, grumpy, trauma-ridden man. Single dad. Can't forget single dad. Like, I love them every time. They're so good. Yeah, but I think we're also gonna come up to like, I don't know, since I'm 70% of the way through, I'm like, is there going to be a third act breakup? Because if there is, like, I feel like it's gonna be wrapped up really quickly. I hope it's not wrapped up, like, abruptly, because that'll kind of be upsetting. I hope there's no third act breakup. Ugh, I hate a third act breakup. And I feel like they haven't, since it's a slow burn, they haven't even been together. So for a third act breakup to happen is like so rude, because then you're getting them apart longer than you're getting them like together. We'll see. I feel like that the ending of this book will definitely solidify my rating of this book. But I'm having a good time, and this cover is so adorable. I'm literally obsessed with it. I'll come back tomorrow with my final thoughts of this book, and then we will figure out what we're reading next. But I'll see ya. Alright, so I finished Love Unwritten, and I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was gonna be more based around the vacation, because that's like the whole big thing about this book, is that they're going on a vacation together with the kid. But I feel like the vacation was more just used as a catalyst to get them both together. Not that like the book mainly focuses on the vacation, if that makes sense. I feel like they focus a lot more on the subplots that the characters have and their insecurities and their issues with themselves and their family and all of those things, which I very much enjoyed in this book. I feel like it's very deep. I feel like there's a lot of like deeper topics that are discussed in this book when it comes to like self-harm and just things of that nature. But I really enjoyed it. I had a really good time. I loved the relationship between these two and their ability to get over said traumas in order to make the relationship work and to give Nico, the little boy, everything that he deserves. Especially out of Raphael's point of view, for him to give his son everything that he didn't have as a child is very touching and cute. But their understanding of each other's traumas and being there for each other through them. But I really enjoyed this book. I ended up giving it 4 stars. And yeah, so that is our first book for the video done. Now I need to figure out what I'm gonna read next. I think I'm aiming towards Beg, Borrow, and Steal by Sarah Adams. It's her newest release, and I just finished listening to Practice Makes Perfect, and I really, really, really liked that book. So I think I'm gonna try that one. Also, people are saying that it's their favorite in the series, and if that's so, I need to find out because I have loved every book that I've read by Sarah Adams. So, let's do it. Alrighty friends, I am like 30% of the way through Beg, Borrow, or Steal, and I didn't really say what this book is about, so let's talk about it. So this is the third book in the When in Rome series, and it follows Emily and Jack. And they have known each other for about 10 years and are rivals. So they met in college and started to compete while they were in school, and then once they left school and became teachers, they ended up at the same school teaching the same grade and have continued their little rivalry. Jack had left Rome and was going to get married and all these things, and it turns out he called off his engagement. He has moved back to Rome and is now her neighbor. And so these two are battling. They're competing yet again. She's trying to get him out of the town. He is now trying to fight for her affection. And it's so cute. He is so cute. He is like, if you're looking for He Falls First, this is it. He falls first, and she's trying to fight her feelings for him, for sure. But you're starting to see how he's worming his way in, and she's starting to accept that he might not be exactly what she thought. She at one point had said, like, he's a multifaceted person that she just didn't realize. Also, another plot point in this book is that they're both secretly authors. He writes under a pen name, but he's a super famous author, and she is writing her first ever romance novel. And I haven't gotten to this part of the plot, but apparently she ends up sending her manuscript to the principal of the school, and they have to work together in order to get the manuscript back, or to delete it, or something like that, which I'm actually very excited to get into. I feel like that'll be a good addition to the book, and I think that's definitely going to be the driving force of her starting to like him, because we can already see that he is into her and that he's trying to open her up to the idea of him. And I don't know, we'll see, but I'm having a good time. I love Sarah Adams. I've loved every book that she has written that I've read so far, and this one is holding up. So I'm gonna keep reading, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Stop it. No, because that was okay, I thought we were gonna have like a really dramatic third act breakup, and I hate third act breakups, but this was just so cute. I thought it was gonna be a third act breakup. Oh my god, that just made me so happy. Oh my god. If there's gonna be a third act breakup now, I'm gonna be pissed, because what? I'm 265 pages in. I would say like it's like at least 70% of the way through the book. So I feel like if there was going to be a third act breakup, that would have been it. So I think we're good. I hope. They're making me really excited for Maddie's book, which is the other sister in for the series, and because they're talking about her, and she's like, it's okay, I cry a lot, it feels good. And she says, I've always been jealous of the way Maddie is reckless with her emotions. She throws her arms out wide and sends tears from her eyes that could rival Niagara Falls. And then 10 minutes later, she's dancing, singing along to her favorite pop song while making brownies on a random Tuesday at 3:30. Her capacity to feel everything all the time is astounding. And I think I'm gonna love that. I think I'm gonna love reading that. Characters that are over emotional and super empathetic and just feel a lot of things are usually my favorite female main character because I relate, I feel them, and that just made me really excited for her book, because if that's what we're gonna get from her, need it. Even though I really liked Annie from the second book. Anyway, I just wanted to add that. I'm almost done. Also, I spoke too soon on the third act breakup. It wasn't what I thought was going to be the third act breakup, but literally right after something happened, and I was like, oh, so that's what we're doing. Okay. Hi friends, I am back and I have finished Beg, Borrow, or Steal, and this book was so cutie. I had an amazing time reading this book. I feel like I forget how much I like Sarah Adams' writing until I pick up a Sarah Adams book, and I have never been let down by one. And so this book is no different. I loved both of the main characters. I loved the chemistry that they had, the ability to be vulnerable with each other, specifically from her standpoint, because I always love reading a book about the person that is like a caregiver, because usually people that are caregivers don't receive what they give often, or don't allow people to comfort and be there for them, and only people who are in that same position can really understand what it's like. And so seeing these two go through that and going through their traumas together and kind of acknowledging and working through their traumas together, so good. Also, I loved the side plot of them both being writers. I feel like it's just somebody who appreciates books the way that you appreciate books, and I feel like that's really nice to read, and they're just perfect for each other. Their banter is amazing. Just them thinking that they're enemies or nemesis the whole entire book, and then realizing like that they've actually liked / loved each other for so long. Like, oh, it's so cute. Jack is so, if he wanted to, he would. Very acts of service. Very, I will do anything for this girl, and literally so perfect. And Emily, there's something about a woman who refuses to share her emotions, and then she finds the right person who she doesn't even have to explain her feelings to. He just gets it. He just understands her. He just can read her so well that she doesn't have to explain the hard things to him. And I think that that's just a beautiful thing. I love it. I loved it. It was so good. I ended up giving it a 4-star. I don't know if this one or Practice Makes Perfect is my favorite. When in Rome didn't hit that hard for me. It gave Starstruck vibes, if you know Starstruck, the Disney DCOM. That's what it gave. Practice Makes Perfect was just so cutie. I think that might be my favorite so far, and this one is a close second. Our next book for the video, I believe, is going to be, it's actually my book of the month book, so let me open this because I've heard quite a few people talking about it, and so I want to read it. Also, the cover of it is so cute. Just hold on 1 second. Like, you can't tell me that this isn't the cutest cover ever. It is so adorable, and I'm so excited. It's literally so perfect for Valentine's Day. So, this is what we're going to read next. It is First Time Caller by B.K. Borson. I believe this is the same author that wrote Love Light Farms in that series. Yes. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so cute. It says, a hopeless romantic meets a demoralized radio host in this cozy Sleepless in Seattle inspired love story. I haven't seen Sleepless in Seattle, so I don't know anything about that. I don't know, but I think that this is going to be a super... I'm so obsessed with this cover. It is so cute. I can't. Also, for this occasion, I wore my 1-800-BOYS-LIE sweatshirt because I feel like it's giving the same vibes. And the back says, sorry, the number you have reached is moved on. And I felt like that's pretty... I feel like that goes with this book. Kind of. So, I need to take this Josh jacket off, though. Ooh, I love Book of the Month. Like books, because they're so cute. Like, I love this. I'm gonna start reading, and I will be back and give you updates, but I'm very excited about this book. Alright, so I'm now like 20% of the way through this book, and now I have a grasp on what this book is about. So pretty much this guy named Aiden works at a radio station, and his show on the station is giving love and romance advice. And so one day this young girl calls in and is asking him for advice for her mom, who is single and hasn't dated in forever. And so the mom, aka Lucy, who is the female main character, Lucy ends up catching her daughter on the phone and starts speaking to Aiden on the radio. And they have a real deep conversation about love and her feelings and her insecurities when it comes to love. And he kind of lets her know that he's kind of a cynic about love at this point. He doesn't know if love is real. And they spark this conversation, and it ends up going viral. Now the radio station wants her to come work for them because people are relating and are very curious on how her dating life is going and like if she's gonna find love, all these things. And so they just met in person for the first time, and she's trying to decide if joining him is going to be worth it for her or not. And I'm enjoying it so far. I'm having a really good time. I feel like I really like the main character. I love that she's a hopeless romantic. I feel like anytime that's like a big plot point in a book, I'm gonna have a good time because I feel that so much. But I also like seeing him be so cynical about love because we all have our moments. Like, I don't know where this is. I mean, I'm assuming that she is going to take the job and that they're going to start working together, and she's going to teach him the magic of love because they're going to fall in love. I'm assuming, but I'm like wondering what the conflict is going to be. I don't know. I'm very intrigued, but yeah, I'm gonna keep reading and we'll see what goes on. Alrighty, friends, so I am officially like 50% of the way through the First Time Caller, and I'm enjoying this book. I really am. It's very, I don't know, I really like the characters. The characters are very likable. At this point, it's so obvious that these two are into each other. I don't know if I said it the first time, but I don't know if I'd got into this part of the plot, but she joined the show as a way to find the love of her life. Like, she's supposed to be, it's kind of like a Bachelor kind of thing, where they're trying to find, like, get her to go on dates and find the person she's meant to be with. Now she's gone on a couple dates, it's been, you know, whatever, and he's watching her go on all these dates, and he's like, he kind of just doesn't, you can tell he doesn't want them to go well. You can tell how much he actually likes her, but he is so cynical and like avoidant of love and doesn't believe that it's real and doesn't want to get hurt by love. That's stopping him, but they are both so obviously flirting with each other. And now it's like made very aware of their attraction for each other. So I'm curious to see where it goes from here. Like, I think since they're working on this show together, I think people are starting to catch on to like the vibe between the two of them. And so I think that's going to be really interesting if like the callers start being like, hey, I think you guys actually are perfect for each other, and I think that you guys are in love, because I can see it. But yeah, I'm having a really good time. I'm very much, I like the plot. I feel like it's very interesting. I haven't seen anything like it. I'm into it. I will keep you guys updated. I'll probably be back when I'm almost done with the book, or when I am done with the book, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Alright, so I have finished First Time Caller, and I had a really, really good time with this book. I really did. The writing was just very descriptive and in such a unique way that I really enjoyed it. I feel like her depiction on love and the insecurities that many people could have even as a hopeless romantic, I don't know. I feel like in a lot of this, especially being a single girl, I feel like everything that she was talking about, the magic that comes with love, I understand, because that's how I feel. I'm very much a hopeless romantic, and so reading parts of this felt like expressing feelings that I couldn't do myself in words. Things that I could not put in words, she put them into words. And I absolutely loved it. The relationship between the two of them was so cute. I loved the family dynamic that is in this book with Lucy and Maya and her baby daddy. Seeing Aiden yearn for her and seeing all the things he was realizing as he was spending time with her on how he was falling for her. Oh my god. Like, it's the little things. He really paid attention and listened to her and gave her her happily ever after in a way. So yeah, I really had a good time with this book. Overall, I gave it a 4.5 star. I had a really good time. I just didn't necessarily get the 5-star feeling from this book, but it was very high up there. So, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to come hang out with me again, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.